Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is October 29th, 2021, and this is Flosstube number 96. I hope y'all are having a happy Friday. This is take 2. I forgot to put the do not disturb on, and about that time, Aria and Micah came in to take Padme to the vet for her checkup, so I just restarted, because I couldn't get the do not disturb turn on so that Aria could say hi to y'all in her purple unicorn footy pajamas and pink cowboy boots. She had quite the ensemble going this morning, so Patty is on her way to get checked out. We've been really busy this week, so I didn't get a ton of stitching done. We went and been helping Bebe and Keely pack up and move, and so that's kept us kind of busy. And last night I was so tired I didn't even stitch at night, so that is really strange for me because usually that's when I do most of my stitching. But I grabbed what I've been working on out here, and I'm just gonna hold it up today because it's that kind of day. I am super excited that I did get one, and I know it sounds like not much, but I got one section of Spook House Selfies finished. So that was crazy. That made me crazy happy because he's so cute. So this is Spook House Selfies, and it is from Jabco. If you buy the button pack, see it has those cute little buttons on there. And you can also get a thread pack with it. And it was a gift, and I got started on it because the girls, when we opened it, thought it was so cute. And he is adorable. And this is just the DMCs. Y'all sent the DMCs with it. And so you see he is so cute. But y'all, filling in all that is a lot. Boy, stitching 1/1, y'all do those big pieces, I can't even imagine. Because wow. So here he is. And that's on that Ada. It's kind of tan colored beige Ada. And I just dyed it with the apple green Rit dye and camel Rit dye mixed together. And it made kind of that same color. And so I got him all filled in. And he is so cute. And so then while I was sitting there, after I finished filling him in, I just went and did this square. So that's where I'm at on him. And I will keep working on him and my Cox Crow Sow till I'm done. I loved working on this one, and I thought I could stitch on it in the car, but it didn't work out like that. The wind caught the Jeep too much. The wind here was crazy yesterday, like 40, 50 miles an hour around here. And I wish I had grabbed the iPad, because when Annie and we went back to Keely and Bebe's, and the wind caught the chicken coop and just ripped it up and started tumbling it across the yard. And it's a big, big chicken coop, like I can walk around in it. Like, it's huge. And the wind just picked it up and just started tumbling it across the yard. I was worried about Annie's car. I was like, Annie. And but she was worried about it hitting the power line. Annie, of course, is much more clear thinker than me. But it missed both of them. But the wind has been crazy. It blew, I had a rock bar out. We had a rock bar out. We planted that tree, and I leaned it up on the table. It blew down the rock bar. If you know how heavy a rock bar is, you break rocks with. It blew all kind of stuff around in the backyard. Somebody else's trash cans were in the yard. I had to post on the HOA last night, hey, if you're missing your trash cans, they're down here at my place, because they didn't have a number on them. I put a number on mine, but these didn't have a number on them. Also, before I forget, this is the thread pack for the Spook House Selfies by Jabco. And it is so dang cute. But yeah, so somebody came and got them this morning, so I guess somebody seen that theirs were missing and came and got them, because yike, it was crazy windy. Okay, then I worked on First Cox Crow, and it is so pretty. And I'm just kind of having fun with flipping up the colors and changing them around. It is Sisters by Blackbirds. Like I said, I know Floss and Fabric had it. I don't think it's hard to find anywhere. Now these are the DMCs that it called for here. And then I'm adding in some purples and blacks just to change it up, because I can't just leave things alone like a normal person. And I'm still swigging my coffee because it's early here. So excuse me please while I gulp my coffee. This is on 32 count something. Can you see? Okay, it's not too bad without the board. I didn't even grab boards this morning because I thought I was gonna have to hurry up and film it and run Padme to the vet, because they do drop off between 8 and 9. So I was gonna try to hurry up and film and then drop her off at the vet. But then Micah called and said that she could take her. So here we are. I've got this line here going across, and I don't know if I did any more on this border or not. I know I started across on that one. I'm just loving working on this fabric. The colors I'm just picking as I go, and they're just really turning out very fun. I hope I have that in the right spot. Yes, kind of, okay. But it is super, super fun to work on. If you don't have this book has so many pretty things in it. Of course, you know, we always say buy all the Blackbirds, and Lauren, my God, Brenda are right, because you should get all the, Carol, all of them, because there's, this one is in there, and this one, I think, and I think the write-up says they're sisters. A Shields and H Shields are sisters. And then the Cox Crow one is next. And then this one, I would love to get done for Christmas. Probably not gonna happen. But it's called Peace and Plenty. And it's so pretty, and it's in here. And then this little guy, it's called Witch No More. With that house, so cute. I think that house is kind of purpley colored. I think it's Grape Arbor, let's see. Old purple paint. So it has that fun purple house. So I love it. So that book is definitely worth the price, because it is fabulous. And it has all the fabulous things in it to stitch. So that's what, 6 patterns? 5, 6 patterns in one book. So it is definitely a good buy. I thought I'd get 2x2 finished, but I didn't. I got closer. I got closer. So this is 2x2 by Sisters and Best Friends, with my Noah in his yellow slicker like James Williams had on when I met him. So y'all know I have a soft spot for this Noah. And I've nearly got the boat finished. And then I just have to put the little water, let's see if I can hold them up side by side. So then I'll just have the little water and the 2x2. And finish the little water drops on his little staff there. So this has been such a fun stitch, and I have a little back stitching left on this cow. But it has been such a fun little stitch. I can't wait to get it finished. It has been crazy fun. And somebody asked if I ever showed the back. There's the back. I don't usually get too bad a mess on the back. I don't guess. And I've just been grabbing colors as I went to do it with, and it has just been fabulous. This is on a piece of 28 count even weave, just a piece that I had in my stash, and it was kind of tan colored. Oh, as a matter of fact, it's the one that's even weave that says like for embroidery or something, I think, because it has little flecks in it, little brown flecks. It's tan colored with little brown flecks in it, and it's just Caribbean blue dunk dyed with red, and then gray dunk dyed with red and squeezed out. So he has been so fun to work on, and I thought I'd have him finished, but I don't. And I will say, I want to show y'all again my little from Kathy and Peter. I have been using this thing like crazy because it just holds even my scissors with all the stuff hanging on them like I do mine. It holds them just perfect because then they don't fall off in the floor. Because if I set them on the table, sometimes they fall off in the floor. And this just works great. They just sit there and behave themselves. She's Carolina Stitcher on Instagram. And Kathy and Peter Firth, and they are making these. And beautiful little jars with lids, wood jars with lids. Is it a jar that's made out of wood? I guess because it's a jar if it's made out of pottery. And some dough bowls. He's done some dough bowls, but not a ton. So, but all his stuff's beautiful. They've been putting out beautiful things. And I am really enjoying mine. Thank y'all so much. It just makes my little stuff behave itself very well. And then I worked on Jessie Watson. I think I could just keep working on Jessie Watson, to be honest. You know, I used to really be a monogamous stitcher. And I could just, I think, sit and work on Jessie Watson. The mix of the pattern and the fabric and the floss all working together to make me very happy. So I think I could just keep working on her nonstop. But she's Jessie Watson by Hands Across the Sea. She's one of the little gems. I did the PDF download of her, and let's see if I can. It comes with, you can either do a black and white chart, you can do a color chart, you can pick which one, you know, like this. And then it comes with all this, this backstory on her. All these pages of, see, there's 1, 2. There's 2 full pages of backstory about Jessie. The instructions for the eyelet stitches and everything are super clear. I mean, these charts are just crazy well done. Crazy well done. This was my first time to do a Hands Across the Sea, and I was very impressed. James blows his nose like a trumpet. Always. If I can get it out of here. There we go. I just grabbed my threads as I went, and I don't think I'll have to add any more to her. I might have to add I may run out of red, this red, and I might have to add one of my different red. Because I think, Frankie, that's the one you said you didn't decide not to do anymore. But I sure do love it. And you see where I was working on it, because look, this is why I stopped, because I'm right at the corner, and so I got to get it right. So I'm right down here in the very in the very bottom corner. And she is beautiful. And she definitely needs a board though, because I wrinkle her up when I stitch. But she's so pretty, and I am loving, loving, loving working on her. But yep, I'm just right there. And I think I stitched ahead. I mean, usually I'm the border hater, and I am just, this one, once I found my rhythm on it, I was able to go. That's the key for me. If it's a border that I can find kind of something that I say, like I told y'all with the Cox Crow Sal, I think it's 1 3 1 skip 1 skip 1 3 1 skip 1 skip 1 3 1 skip 1 skip. That's how if it's a border that works like that, I can keep going on that forever, and that'll keep playing in the back of my head as I go. If it is an irregular border, or if it's something you have to keep watching because there's changes in it, then I'm gonna be in trouble. Every time I'm gonna be in trouble. But I think I'm working ahead because I think I was supposed to finish the border in November. So I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. But I just couldn't stop working. But it's just a mix of DMCs and my Wicked Stepmothers, and then Old Blue Jean. This is classic color work Old Blue Jean right on the outside border there, that lighter blue. And then the darker blue is DMC 336. And I like the way they just weren't exactly the same, but they're close. It's much more noticeable when you're looking at it here in the house, but it has been a fun stitch. It's the one with all my paternal great-grandmother and her husband and children's initials in it. So it has been very nice to stitch, very nice to think about them as I've been stitching along. I think that is about all that I had to work on this week. Seriously, that's all I got done. I mean, I had hardly no stitching at all. And I wanted to say that when I finished pumpkin flower, and I didn't want to put anything else fall in. I did set aside my Halloween rules. I didn't like the way they're looking. I was doing it on one thread, with one thread, and I can't decide if I think it looks, if the coverage is good enough or not. So I've just kind of set it to the side, and I'll rework it at some point when I decide. So it's just sitting over there waiting for me to decide if I want to keep going with one thread or if I want to go to two. So we shall see on that guy. I also wanted to, so I'll keep on working on Quaker Pumpkin and my First Cox Crow and my Spook House Selfie. I'll just keep kind of working on them some throughout the year and get them, get them finished up. So then this guy he's very wintry for me, and he got put in timeout last year because I messed him up and because I don't read my directions. So Signs from Heaven, and if you can barely see right there, it's more of a texture than a color that you notice in all of this side right in here. That's supposed to be a tent stitch. So it's supposed to be just one leg of the cross. But did I read my directions? No. So I had done this right here, this whole corner. And if I leave it, I will have to do all the rest. And that's gonna make this be nearly a full coverage piece. So I'm gonna hard pass on that one. So even though I rarely take things out, I'm gonna take out this corner and come back and do it tent stitch like it's supposed to be. This is on Coffee Club by Be Stitch Me. It's a beautiful fabric. It's beautiful to work on. And like I said, I set it aside last winter, or at the end of winter, when I realized I made a boo-boo on it. And I didn't want to deal with my boo-boo. So this guy's coming back out and getting some attention because he has been folded over in the bag because I messed up. So I'm going to take that out of that corner right there. Like I said, it's hard to even get it to show up really on here. It shows up much better on my fabric. But all this, and then there's some right here, and then all up the side of this tree is supposed to be tent stitch. So I'm gonna pull that out and then get busy on that because I made that big boo-boo. And I've decided to take, I couldn't decide last year if I wanted to just do, I thought I would just continue on and do the whole thing. And then I was like, my gosh, that's gonna make this piece be nearly full coverage. And then having to, that's gonna be like crazy amount of stitching. And then after working on Spook House Selfie and seeing that, how long that takes me, even though it's just fill in. I mean, even though it's just fill in, that's a lot of stitches and a lot of time. So I decided to pull it out and fix it right and then go on with it. That way it'll be tent stitch all the way. It's gonna look really different on my fabric because it's so dark anyway. But I think it's gonna make it look kind of like snowdrifts or something. But I really do like it. So I'm gonna get this guy back out and he will be put back in the rotation to start getting some attention because he has been getting no attention. And now I have to admit another mistake. Last week I gathered up all my Happy Mail to show, but I got 2 pieces of Happy Mail before I left. And I put them up because one of them was breakable. And so I put them up together because I knew Micah was gonna come over and work here some during the week so Padme wouldn't be by herself. Because you know, she'd just been here like a week and then we were gonna be gone. And so we didn't want her to, you know, think she was deserted or whatever and be completely by herself. So I knew she was gonna be working here and that Aria would, you know, be playing while she was working. And because it was breakable, I didn't want it to be down and tempting because it's so cute. And I didn't want her to be tempted to touch it or play with it. So I put them up and forgot to get them out last week. So go me. So I'm gonna scooch down here and grab them because yeah, that is how my brain don't work. Let's see. Okay. Now the first thing I got and took with me and loved was this adorable card from Teresa. So cute. And she sent me a Starbucks gift card in here. And I did not get one while I was gone. We didn't see many Starbucks. We saw, it was something 7. But today when we go, I'm going to get myself a, I like any kind of coffee, let's be honest. But let me see, what did Elle tell me? I'm gonna say it wrong probably. A pumpkin spice cold brew, pumpkin spice cold brew. It's really, really good and so good. I mean, crazy good. But then I saw something else today that I thought I might try. I saw an article last night and it was something vanilla. I'm trying to see it in my head. Vanilla coconut latte. Cold vanilla coconut latte. Cold. Anyway, it looked great. So I'm using that today. So thank you so much, Teresa, for the card and for the gift card that I'm going to have fun with today. Now this is the absolutely adorable, well, here, I'll show you the card first. It is such a cute card, and it's from Sweet Letha, who's always sending me fun things. She has this beautiful card, this beautiful note on the inside, and then this. And she said she found it when she was out thrifting and stuff. But it is, look, and it says Noah & Co. Ark Builders on it, and look at them. And they're building little arks. Aren't they the cutest things in the world? I love it. So thank you so much, Letha, and you can see why I put it up. because it would be very tempting for little hands to pick this up and look at it. So I put it up, and then I forgot to get it out before I filmed. And the minute I finished filming and walked in the office and saw it sitting there on my drafting table, I was like, no. But yeah, go me. So I love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Letha. It is so cute, but yes, I put it up to safeguard it, and then it got too safe. And then I got this beautiful card from Lori, and she sent me these floss tags, and she took this picture. She actually took this picture, and she said she couldn't remember she had sent me some before. But the funny thing was, I'm fixing to look on the outside of the card and see if I can tell. I don't know where this has been, because I got it out, Lori, after I got back. So I don't know, but it was like this in my mailbox, pushed all the way to the back. So it was just laying absolutely flat at the back. So I don't know when it came and got pushed all the way back there. Ari and I went for a walk on Monday. She wanted to go for a walk. She said, can we go for a walk, and I'm gonna take my scooter? And I said, okay, but if you take the scooter, we gotta take the strolley. So if you get tired, we can let the scooter ride in the strolley, or if you get tired, you can ride in the strolley. So she thought that was okay, and her little lion had to go, but she informed me I was dying. Where she gets the things, I do not know. She said, Shug, do you know what the name of my lion is? And I said, no. And she said, liar. I said, what? She said, her name's Liar because all she does is tell stories all the time. I said, well, shame on her. You should tell the truth. And she said, I know. So I just changed her name to Liar so that maybe she'll remember she's supposed to be nice. I was like, Lord have mercy. So Lori sent me these beautiful floss tags, and I can't believe she took this picture. This picture is so fabulous. She said she took it when she was in Amish country a couple of years ago, but it is absolutely beautiful. And one of y'all got to let me know how you get how you're doing on your floss tags, because I didn't sign up for them at the beginning because we were trying to get Mama situated. And I think I heard somebody say that they use Vistaprint to get them done, and because I would like to do that now that I say we've got her settled. She decided this week she's mad and she don't want to be there, but that's neither here nor there because that's where she's gonna have to stay. So yeah, that's been the latest development on that. Holy moly. Oh, she's been happy as a pig in mud, and then all of a sudden this week, and it was something over a chair or something, I don't even know, somebody sitting somewhere. But we'll see. Lord, Lord, Lord. But yeah, okay. Then we got questions and comments, and so thank you, Lori, for the floss tags, because I still can't believe you took that picture. So first I want to say, Ellen, happy 15th anniversary. Y'all know how I feel about being married. It's like you should get a ticker tape parade because it ain't easy. It is rough. So happy 15th anniversary, because you just don't get your way. I mean, you know, it's just so much easier to get your way all the time. And so when you get married, you don't get your way all the time. And then, it's a whole new ball game. So I don't know, to me, it's rough. And Amy C, the next time we take our trip, because James Williams, was using there's a little indicator that you can look online, and it tells you when the leaves should be changing. Well, the first time we went, about 2 or 3 years ago, we went up through Oklahoma and Missouri and then came down. This time we looped out east more and went up through northern Arkansas like this. And he checked the little thing, but we went 2 weeks later than we went the first time. Thinking, we missed it. So I will be checking with you because Amy lives in northern Arkansas, nearly in Missouri. So I'll be checking because that's what he said. He said, next time you're picking the week. You're picking the week next time. So I don't know, maybe it's just not meant for us to see the leaves changing. I don't know. But we had a great time anyway, so that's fine. And Amy M, I can't believe you know our Alex, and I will be sure and let his mom and daddy know that we have mutual friends. So that was Amy's brother Alex is good friends with my cousin's son Alex, who I told y'all played football at A&M. So he's number 43, so y'all cheer for him if you watch. Okay, Flossy Flamingo, one, love your name. So cute. But the girl's aunt, so their daddy's sister, he has twin his sisters that are twins. He doesn't have a twin sister, but he has sisters that are twins. They're Jilly and Jenny. And Jilly loves flamingos. That's her favorite thing. And Jilly's a fabulous artist. Jilly's fun and fabulous. She works for SpaceX, and she's an artist. She's fabulous. And always doing all the fun things. She always has fun little crafts and stuff for the girls to do. I mean, I can't never get my crafting up to Jilly level with them because Jilly's always next level fabulous. But they know she loves flamingos. But from when the time they were very little, and we would just laugh and laugh because they would say flambingos. They would say, shoot, you know Jilly loves flambingos. And all I could think about was a bunch of flamingos in a bingo hall, and it always just made me laugh so hard because Jilly loves flambingos. You know Jilly loves flambingos. And I said, I know she does love flambingos. So there you go. Flossy Flamingo. Yes, they're so funny. Okay, and Camp and Stitcher was talking about someplace she would used to go for breakfast, and they would offer fried bologna as one of the breakfast meat sides, okay? But down here, and men love bologna, especially men, I think. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to chew their food. I don't know. But I've told y'all before, they will, you know, if you go to the deli counter, you can get your meat sliced however, right? So they would just go get like a log of bologna, like the big giant tube of bologna, and then cut it, I guess about that thick, I guess about an inch, and then cut it in squares, like inch by inch squares or something, and then they would grill it. They would grill it when they were grilling hamburgers and steaks and all this. That's the first thing the men would grab. Hot links, all this. James Williams would love the bologna. These are things I don't understand. Like his fascination with a chili dog. He loves a chili dog. Now I make chili and I will eat my chili and I like chili. Not a huge fan of canned chili, but it's okay. I grew up eating it and I can eat it. Not a huge fan. Now it's one of the things that my daddy loves. When I was little, he would eat Wolf Brand chili. Now we don't eat chili with no beans in it down here, y'all. That ain't chili. We put well, that's a other story, but anyway. He felt like Daddy don't like hot. He don't like spicy very much back then, and so he a little bit more now. But he would eat it with crackers crumbled up on top, so Wolf Brand chili, crackers, and then he would squirt ketchup on it. Y'all know I can't hardly with the ketchup. A little bit on a French fry occasionally is as far as I can go with ketchup. I'm not a sauce person to begin with. I don't want no sauce on my stuff. I don't want no sauce on my salad. No. So I can still see that in my head, him eating that. So, but the bologna goes first. The chunks of bologna on the grill. So if any of y'all grill, which I think some of y'all call barbecue, but that ain't barbecue. If you cook on the grill, you can do chunks of bologna on there, and they think that's fabulous. I don't know. And Arlene, I was dying at your poor sister. So yes, that is worse than James Williams. Her sister's initials are B-A-R. And she took her sweater and had it monogrammed. And of course, you know, as you put it right, here's your monogram on your sweater. And it said B-R-A with the big R in the middle. Yeah, that would have been bad. And I would have been hard pressed to wear my sweater. I really would have been. That would have been rough. I told you my friend Mel always hated that her initials were MAD. And then one of the girls that was in drill team with us took to calling her Mad Dog. And she still ain't got over it, y'all. Mel still be holding that grudge. Carol, I cannot wait to see the Eternals. I am so excited about watching. Y'all know I love me a comic book movie. I do. But I am very excited to see the Eternals. The cast looks fabulous. It looks like it's got little funny bits in there, and I just love it. I love it to pieces. Oh my gosh. Okay, and Denise, I have never heard. Now, I've heard of people putting in, and I will do that if I'm going to go to the store. I'll put in one contact because then I can see far off. But if I put in both contacts, I can't read the labels, right? So I'll just put in one. But they tried to give me contacts like that, one near and one far. And then I felt like everything stayed fuzzy all the time. I gave it, he told me to try it for several days and your eyes would get adjusted. But mine didn't. I've never heard of anybody who's like that. And so their glasses had to be different. I mean, we got some blind folks in my family, but I've never known anybody that their glasses were visibly different because one of their eyes was near and one was far. That's fascinating to me. So yeah, you opened up a whole new thing for me of thought because I was like, I never even thought about that being a thing. My eyes are so weird that before I had my surgery and I had my blind contacts that I wore, I could wear them in either eye. The prescription and the shape and everything was the same. The doctor always said that was so weird that very few people were like that. They could switch them back and forth. I can't now because of one of the vision and one is a little bit better than the vision in the other. So I can't do that anymore, but all my life I could switch them. It didn't matter which eye I put them in because they were the same. Okay, now I'm gonna make some of y'all feel better right now. Linda's dad, who's 95, so go dad. She said he's been going to the mall every day for at least 15 years. She thinks longer. He goes every day to the mall and he's 95. So Becky, your husband going to Walmart and Lowe's every day, and Teresa, y'all husbands gonna do all right because see Linda's dad here, he going to the mall every day, he's 95 and he's doing good. So maybe the key to life is getting out and going to the store. I would have never thought it, but, and Teresa, him putting $5 worth of gas in every day, that would make me nuts. That would make me nuts. Now, my daddy always don't like you to get lower than half a tank, but I do. I do. But yeah, that $5 a day be wearing me out. And Rachel Q, her LASIK lasted 10 years too. She had LASIK and hers lasted 10 years before she was back in contacts. But she was like me, like crazy blind, like legally blind without her contacts. If it hadn't been corrected, I would be legally blind. I couldn't see the alarm clock on the side of the bed. Nothing, just like that. So it lasted 10 years, but here again, she's like me. She said she'd do it again. And Michelle, on that same note, the PRK, because I had to get PRK instead of LASIK because my eyes bug out too much. She said she chose PRK because she didn't want them cutting her eyeball. Now, see, if they gonna cut my eyeball, if they had given me the option, I'd have said cut my eyeball instead of grinding it down because, you know, they just deaden it up and you're like awake, right? Like when you have the LASIK done, you're awake, which whoever sets all that stuff up is hilarious because you get there and you're in a waiting room full of people, all of them blind, can't nobody see nothing. They've put all that mess in your eyes are pouring, and we're all sitting there, everybody's dabbing and, you know, nose running off. And somebody in one of the circles, which some of the people I assume can see good enough that they could see each other, not me, not this girl. And somebody goes, does anybody have any Kleenex near them? And so you hear people filling around on the tables, trying to find some Kleenex. And then somebody finds a box of Kleenex and they go, I have it over here, I'm passing it towards you. And then they're trying to feel around and we just passed it around the room to get the Kleenex over there. You know, they sit right there and watch that every morning on the, you know that you're dying, you know they're dying laughing. And the bathroom in there, I was not about to go pee. You know, let's be honest, y'all know y'all ain't want to go in the bathroom where men are using it and can't see. Men ain't using the bathroom good when they can see. No, absolutely not. By the time it got done, I was about to pee my pants, and I did not care. I would have peed my pants before I went in that bathroom with all them blind men peeing. What in the world? No. So, but anyway, I got in there, and I'm like, you know, I use a grinder at work, at the lab, when I was shaping an acrylic nail to put in a hand or a finger. I would use a grinder, and I mean just a regular grinder. And I'm smelling something burning, and I hear, zzz, and I said, hey, are you dremeling my eyeball? And he said, are you gonna freak out if I say yes? And I said, no, I use a Dremel every day. And I smell something burning, I'm assuming that's my eyeball. And he said, yeah, I'm grinding the top of your eyeball off. I said, oh, okay. So yes, if I had the choice, I would have them cut my eyeball instead of grind my eyeball. So we are not on the same page with that one, but I did it, and like I said, it was painful because I can't take pain meds. If I take pain meds, I go throwing up. So I just had to suck it up afterward with no pain meds after they grinded the top of my eyeball off. And it was not pleasant, but I'd do it again because I was so blind without it. So yes, I'd do it again. Okay, and now Cindy, I'm dying at your grandson. She said he's gone picky eater on him. And so when they try to get him to taste anything, he'll taste it and then go, ooh, gross, and start scraping it off his tongue with his fingers. See, now I'm giving him all the kudos though for at least putting it in his mouth, because the girls won't even try a ton of things. Literally will not even try it. Those little Uncrustables, those little frozen peanut butter and jelly things, Keely used to love those when he was a kid. And Micah and CJ would eat them, but Keely literally loved them. So I got some thinking, oh, the girls will like these. They did not want no part of it. They would not even think about eating it. They don't like peanut butter anyway, I discovered. And they won't even put it in their mouth. Kimmy looked right at me and said, Shoo, that will not feel good in my mouth. Deadpan. I mean, serious as a heart attack. So, Cindy, at least he's trying it. At least he may have to scrape it out, but at least he's putting it in there. So I'm going to give him kudos for that. Okay, now y'all, Carla asked me about the Texas Country Reporter Festival. I'm sure everybody in any part of the world can get it, and I don't know if all states have something like it. It's called Texas Country Reporter. It used to be called 4 Country Reporter, and then I think it was 8 Country Reporter or something, but it's called Texas Country Reporter. And Bob Phillips and now his wife go around to different parts of the state, towns, sites, and different things that are interesting. And it's a really good show. He does a great show. They have their festival every year in Waxahachie, which is where I go all the time. It's closer to my house in Midlothian, where my address is. But I don't go. It gets so crazy crowded downtown when all that's going on. I avoid it like the plague. And it's hilarious because it's one of those things that's weird about when something's where you live. Because if we're out of town, say James and I, when we were up there in Arkansas, if we had seen some kind of a festival, we would have gone. We would have gone and not minded the crowd. We would have been the crowd. But when it's your hometown, you don't want to be in that crowd. But when you're not in your hometown, you be a part of that crowd. If you're me, I'm part of that crowd. But when it's in my hometown, I don't want to be a part of that crowd. That crowd is too crowded when it's in my hometown. When I go to somebody else's hometown, I'm in that crowd and it's fine. I cannot figure that out. So My friends go. Sarah goes every year, and she takes her kids even. They go, and they have a great time. I mean, lots of my friends go and love it. I'm just, the parking situation and all this, I'm just like, Now we went the day after, because this year they only did on Saturday. They used to do 2 days, I think, if I remember right. This year just Saturday. So Sunday we went in town, and there was, downtown was fine like normal. So, because that's where our favorite place to eat is the Cantina right there on the square. And we went in just fine. So, no, Carl, I'm ashamed to admit I've never been. Even though I love his show. And Stan, thank you because people ask about that all the time. He says Thread Magic is at Joann's. You can get Thread Magic at Joann's. I think somebody said that it's not exactly the same as it used to be, but you can get Thread Magic at Joann's. And anything, like somebody said, to tame that beast of the metallic floss. Because boy, oh boy, that metallic floss is something else. Something else. And Sherry, hello. I hope you're enjoying Quaker Pumpkins. I hope I led you down a good path. Because Quaker Pumpkins can be rough. So I hope you sent you down a good path with them. And I hope you're a good diagonal stitcher like I'm not. But they are so pretty. And I just didn't, it's sitting by the side. I had it sitting by the side of my chair to work on last night. And I was just too gunk, none. Which I was going to tell y'all this. Because we still love going. Cheryl said, next year we're going to catch the leaves. And she said, she was sorry we didn't catch the leaves. But we still love Missouri and Arkansas. We love going up through there and everything. But we were in the hotel. And y'all, we're sitting there because, they have like the continental breakfast. So we'll go down and have coffee. I'd go out and walk. And then come back and call James Williams and tell him I was in the lobby getting coffee. And then he'd come down. And, usually like that, I'd get an apple or a yogurt or whatever. And then, he eats a first breakfast, like the Hobbit. And we're sitting there and the elevator door opens up. And this little man and his wife come out. And this little man she has a cane and she's using it to walk. And he is pushing you know how in your room where your desk is in your bedroom, you have like an office chair, right? He's pushing the office chair in front of him like a walker. And I'm thinking, I wonder if his walker broke or something. What is going on here? But after I watched them, because then I couldn't stop watching them. I had to watch them the whole time they were down there. He sat down in it, and I think he just liked the way it sat. I think maybe his back hurt or something. And it was one of those that has that real bowed out back, so it had good, back support. And I think he just liked it. Now, there was some down there, and I don't guess he noticed because they was over in the computer office section of the lobby part that he could have got. But he just rolled that thing right out of his room, right down the elevator, and right over to the table to have him some breakfast. And I thought, oh my gosh. And so I'm watching, and James Williams said, that's something my dad would do. He would not care. And he didn't. His dad did not care. He would not have cared that everybody in this place would have been like, nope. You're exactly right. He would have done the same thing. He liked the way that chair sat. He feel like he renting that chair. He's going to take it wherever he wants. And literally, and when he got through eating, he picked up and they pushed it back across the lobby into the elevator. Strangest thing ever. You see the strangest things when you travel. Strangest things. And Mel was good enough to tell because I couldn't remember. Mel was always good about keeping me on track. This one here is Halloween Revelry by Primitive Needle. And it is in the September-October 2009 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. I stitched it a long, long time ago. And I've since passed it on. I shared it away, and I hope that person stitched it and shared it when they're done because it's hard to find. But if you can find one of them, it's the September-October 2009 Just Cross Stitch magazine. And yes, I loved Dune times Infinity Mail. It was so good, and I love that they're having a 2. I like the old Dune, but this one was so much better. So much better. And we watched the sci-fi one that was on the Sci-Fi Channel a couple years back. I don't know how far, but we watched it. And but this one was the best. This one was just the best. So thank you for sending that. Mel always keeps me on track. She must have like a Rolodex brain. She can just go right to whatever she needs. But I'm gonna jump off here. Daddy's in surgery. They had to go in and clean up some more of his vertebrae. You know, he has a big, like an armature in his back with all these little screws and all, because his back is just bad. And so he's been having some discomfort, and so Dr. Patel looked, and that's who we always use the same doctor, and he's fabulous. He's a neurosurgeon, and he just went in there and cleaned up. He needed to clean up around some of them, so he said they thought that'd give him some good relief. So he's having that done this morning, and it's about time for Annie to say he's done. So I will jump off of here and check in with Annie, and then I'll go see him this evening and be sure that he's okay with my own eyeballs. I talked to him FaceTimed him last night, and so I will get to lay eyes on him tonight and be sure he's fine. So y'all have a happy Friday, and thank you for being so patient with me. Why? Because I didn't get to the mailbox. That's the other thing. Before I forget to say it, I did not get to the mailbox this week. So I still have everybody's post to go out in the post. So thank you for your patience, and I will see y'all next week. Happy stitching.